All right, this is what you should have gotten for 11 and 12. Let's go ahead and check it. It says an electronics company charges a $5 fee, so they're going to charge that anyway, plus 25 cents per pound for shipping and handling. So they charge you $5 just to use their service, and then they weigh your package and they charge you 25 cents for every pound that it weighs. If Paula orders an item and pays $8.25 for shipping and handling, how much does the package weigh? So I've already highlighted the unknown. I don't know the weight of the package. That's what we don't know. But I do know that she ended up paying $8.25. So I know that the total price equals $8.25. So how did she get to a total of $8.25? Well, she had to pay the $5 just for using the service. Then it says, plus she had to pay 25 cents per pound. Because it has pound with 25 cents, and I know pounds is weight. I do know that the 25 cents and the weight or pounds is going to go together. You could have used P for pounds, number of pounds, okay? So this is the weight of the package in pounds. So 25 is $5 for using the service plus 25 cents for every pound, equal to $8.25. So I hope that makes sense. $5 plus 25 cents per pound. They go together. That means she's paying 25 cents P amount of times, or W amount of times. That was a W. I don't know why I put P in there. You could have used P for pound, so I'm going to use W for weight. All right, so I'm going to get rid of the number that's farther away from the variable, which is a 5. I'm going to do that by changing the sign. So we're looking at 25 cents. W equals to 325. And then I am going to get rid of the number that's attached to the variable by dividing because it's multiplication. So I'm going to undo with division, and we don't change the sign when we multiply or divide. So W equals to, how many quarters make 325? 13. So the weight of the package is in pounds, guys. So that means that the package that she paid $8.25 to ship weighed 13 pounds. All right, so the package weighs 13 pounds. Let's take a look at 12. It says Sam wants to purchase a tablet that costs $482.59. This is $85 more than twice what he saved last month. What did he save last month? Well, I don't know what he saved, so I'm going to do is for amount Sam saved last month. Okay, so when it says this is, what am I talking about? This is. It says Sam wants to purchase a tablet that costs $482. So this has to be referring to the $482. So I know $482.59 is $85 more than twice what he saved last month. Okay, let's just go off of that. All right, so I know that this number is all of that. And I do know what this number, I can sort of say is all of that. I can say this number equals all of this number right here equals all of this. Instead of is, I say it equals that. So I know $482.59 equals all this stuff over here. $85 more than twice what he saved last month. The thing is, I don't know what he saved last month. So I'm just calling it is. So basically he saved $85 more than twice some amount, what I'm going to call is. Okay, I'll call all that what he saved last month is because I don't know. So how do I write $85 more than 2 times some number? $85 more than twice is. Okay. So you all will learn that if you see, and this isn't a word problem, you want to write this down as a little note. And I'm sorry, I should have went over this before I gave it to you. Is normally means equal. Was normally means equal. That's why I was able to change is to equal. And if you see than in a statement or from or to, then I want you to write the statement backwards. Okay, when I say write it backwards, I don't want you to see this 85. I know more than means plus. I don't want you to write 85. More than is plus. Twice is. I don't want you to write it that way. Because it has than in it, I want you to write it backwards. So instead of 85 plus 2s, I want you to write 2s plus 85. But you'll need to write this down. Is and was usually means write an equal sign. If you see than in a statement, from, or to, it's a turnaround word. So normally what we do is we write them backwards. Also, something else you may want to know, that if you see this normally refers to the statement, the sentence before it. We'll do that. Refers to something in the sentence before it. So write that down. That's why I can say that when I see this is, the sentence before it has $482.59. So this is talking about the $82.59. And so is, I chose to put as an equal. And then 85 more than twice is. What he saved last month was just is, guys. So that's why I was able to say 85 plus 2s. Twice means double it. So 2s is double s. So that would be 2s. But because it has than in it, we're going to turn it around and write 2s plus 85 in our statement. It really doesn't matter with a plus sign, but it will matter with less than, okay, which is a minus. All right, now I'm going to subtract 85 from both sides. All right, so I have 482.59 minus $85. That's going to give me $397.59 equals to 2s because these cancel. And then I'm just going to divide both sides by 2. And s, which is what he saved last month, will be $198.80. It actually looks like this. But that 5 tells that 9 to go up to a 10. You know you can't put a 10 there, so you put a 0 there. And that 1 carries over to the 7, making it 80, okay? Or you can say 79 cents goes up to 80 cents. Round it up. So my final answer, what he saved last month was $198.80. Let's take a look at 13. The distance from Rockford to Destin, Florida is 240 miles. This I told you right here, that this, when you see this is, refers to something in the sentence before. So what this is, what's in the sentence before? The distance from Rockford to Florida, Destin, Florida. So that this is has to be 240 equals. Is equals. And I said that right here and right there, okay? So I know 240 is going to equal to something. And I can pretty much see it. It's going to equal to 228 miles more than 2/3 the distance from Alexander City to Rockford. Okay, now look at this. It says, what's the distance from Alex City to Rockford? So I'm going to do D as my unknown. I'm going to write that first. What don't you know? Look in your question. D is the distance from Alex City to Rockford. So now I've set the left side of this up. The question is, how do I set the right side up? So on the left side of is, and I'm going to show you this, guys. We know this refers to the 240. Is equal. So this has to be the left side. And this stuff over here has to start off my right side. So 228 more than twice 2/3 the distance from Alex City to Rockford. Okay. Do I know the distance from Alex City to Rockford? Well, that's in my unknown. That's my unknown. I don't know the distance from Alex City to Rockford. So the distance from Alex City to Rockford, I'm just calling it D. I just call that D. Okay. So we'll call that D right here. So on this side, I got this. It's a 240. Got that. Is equal. Got that. Now I just need 228 miles. 228 more than 2/3 D. Because it has than in it, I'm not going to write 228 plus 2/3 D. Because it has than in it. And I told you if you see than, from, or to, it's a turnaround word. Write it backwards. So you don't write 228 plus 2/3 D. You write 2/3 D plus 228 on the right side. And then we solve from there. All right, I'm going to subtract 228 from both sides. It's 12 equals to 2/3 D. Now, normally when things are mashed together, it represents multiplication. And if it represents multiplication, we normally use division to undo it. But division by a fraction takes us back to keep, change, flip. When I say change, that means you change it right back to multiplication. So it takes us right back to multiplication. But multiplication, what we call by the reciprocal or the flip of the fraction. Okay? So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. You just flip it. But what you do on one side, you do on the other. And put this over 1. So that's 36 divided by, I put 32 when I said 36. That's 36 divided by 2. These cancel. And half of 36 is 18. So the distance from Alex City to Rockford is about 18 miles. All right, you're going to pause the video and try 14. All right, it says Lucy scored a 94 on the first test. This is 8 less than 3 times Alex's score. What was Alex's score on his test? Okay, so I'm looking for A for Alex's score on his test. Well, it's got this is, so this refers to something in a sentence before it, which has to be the 94. Is means write an equal sign. So I got the left side set up. Now I just need to focus on the right side. So the right side has to be this stuff right here. What's on the right side of the equals? What's on the right side of the word is? Okay. On the right side of the word is 8 less than 3 times Alex's score. Okay. So I don't know Alex's score. That's why I called it A. So instead of 3 times Alex's score, I say 3 times. I'm sorry, guys. I say 3 times A. So normally we would write 8 minus, let's say I mean subtract, 3A. But because it has than in it, and I told you up here, guys, that if you see than, from, or to, it's a turnaround word. So instead of writing 8 minus 3a, I write 3a minus 8. Okay? And I can solve for 8, which is Alex's score. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides. It's 102 equals to 3a. And then it's mashed together, so I'm going to divide. 102 divided by 3 is 34. Ooh, Alex didn't do so well. So Alex made a 34 on his first test. Woo, poor Alex. All right, and that's it for some two-step equation word problems, guys. And thank you.